chicken. Okay, I saw something yesterday that I thought was weird. Well, there's a lot that goes on and it's weird, but this surprised me. It was on a Fox News show with a couple of these bimbos talking to Newt Gingrich. And as they're going along, Newt starts talking about George Soros. And they just shut him down. I mean, there was silence. You know, like they were just... It was amazing, really. I mean, and it isn't like he was saying anything wild. He's saying stuff that's been confirmed, that's well known, well established for years and years. But they just, boom, you know, there was like silence for 15 seconds, which is pretty freaky in, you know, live television. But it was funny, you know, because even Newt was kind of stunned that they, you know, it's like this, you know, it's he who shall not be named. You know, you're not supposed to bring him up at all. It was weird, you know, because his fingers have been in every pie, everything that's going on. You know, he was smart in that he got all these judges and district attorneys and all this stuff. He got them all in a perfect line, all in the right places to do the most harm to this country. And he's just been working this. And like I say, it's well known. This has not been a secret thing, but yet the one bimbo referred to it as a conspiracy theory, and I think it's on Wikipedia it's listed as a conspiracy theory. Well, it's no conspiracy theory, but it's so funny, you know, because it reminded me of that in The Wizard of Oz, where Toto pulls back the curtain and the wizard is back there running this whole contraption. You know, don't look at the man behind the curtain. That was weird. And I saw today now one of the bimbos apologized for leaving dead air, really. She didn't, there was no explanation about this. But it was one of the more puzzling things I have seen for a long time. But it makes me think that, my God, he's got, you know, I didn't think he would be in bed with Fox News. You know, I don't know, evidently he's everywhere, or got his fingers in every pie. But that was just plain weird, you know, because I don't trust much of the news media at all. But I thought at least Fox had a different take on things. But man, they're right in lockstep with the rest of the bunch. You know, if you can't talk about George Soros, when it's well known, you know, there's no doubt about this. But I think, you know, even Newt was stunned. You know, that they just, you know, and he said, well, evidently it was verboten to talk about him. But, wow, you know, that, it just makes me think, my God, there's so much going on behind the scenes there. You know, but that's where you see every, like even now, today there was some court ruling on where they're going to count mail-in votes that come in even like 2 weeks later in certain states and stuff. You know, these decisions are all being made by people who Soros got into position in the first place. You know, so it's not surprising, but I really would have thought on Fox News of all places, you know, but like I say, I don't trust any of the news media, and I don't have a hell of a lot of faith in what Fox says, but this was a little over the line. to the point where it really surprised me. But it's just so funny to see that, like they were just boom, just shut down. And that was the end of the segment. No more Newt. But I think it really surprised him. But evidently, he's got his fingers in more places than the guy thought. Soros, I mean, not Newt. Newt is kind of, But I thought they were a little more open-minded than that. That surprised me. But I'm sure he'll probably hear more about that. Because I think Fox News has lost any respectability. I can't really say I can believe anything that they say after that. I mean, I don't trust any of the other news media either, but at least I thought, we had a kind of a level playing field with them, but no, not if you can't even mention his name, When he's the ringleader, none of this, all of this nonsense we got going on, you can always trace back to him. Even, like I said, when that Harris got nominated to be the vice president, there's a picture of her shaking hands with Soros' kid. Wow, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what this Hungarian is so upset. Is screwing with the whole world. I mean, there's a lot of countries that won't allow him back in, or would love to see him come back in because they'd arrest him in a hurry. But for some reason, he's hands off for us, where you can't even mention his name when he is the one raising all the hell with his foundation. But he was tied in with Obama and with the Clintons and with that whole pack all along. But, well, I didn't know he went into... It's deeper than I thought, But the way they shut him down, that was funny. I would be curious, I'd be curious to what he has to say, but if Newt can't say anything about this, anything further on Fox News, he certainly isn't going to be able to say it on any of the other networks. Our news is just a horrible, horrible thing. Well, I mean, it's not only the news, it's all these tech companies and stuff. Everything you say, if you don't, like there's a lot of times I make a video and I think, well, maybe I shouldn't bring this up because knowing darn well if I bring it up, the video is probably going to disappear, or it certainly won't end up being recommended. And there is a whole lot of censorship going on, and labeling things conspiracy theories, anything that they don't agree with. If you aren't in line with them, that's worrisome, though. That, like I say, that it goes as far as Fox News, too. I don't know where. But it's funny to see if anything more will come of this. But I think it surprised a lot of people. But that 15 seconds of dead air, where they're all kind of looking like, just because he brought up Soros. It's funny. But he threw money around to all these people, and evidently more people than I thought. I thought he was basically just trying to get people into positions, but evidently it went a lot deeper than just people, judges and district attorneys and stuff. Evidently he kind of covered all his bases. But he didn't cover Newt. I don't suppose he thought Newt was worth bothering with. Not now. I mean, Newt is kind of out of it. It's like that that Carville, I saw him one day. I wondered whatever happened to him. He's still around. No, chicken pursuit. I'd get out of here, hen. That rooster's right on your ass. Yeah, chicken hiding behind me. No, I'm in the line. But we'll see what comes of this. But that was a little astonishing. But like I said, the one that was actually running the operation, she apologized in a weird way today, but there was no explanation about that at all. You know, that was interesting. And I imagine stuff like that will come up more often. But the fact that just bringing him up, though he is behind all of this that's going on, all this protesting and the rioting and all this stuff, you know, and Newt brought up the deal, you know, that these people who get caught doing this stuff, they never get convicted. They get turned right loose again. It's because all these judges and district attorneys are all in Soros' pocket. And that didn't go over well. Conspiracy theory, but I mean, there's a point in there where it's hard to push that conspiracy theory angle when it's just obviously true. And there's no denying it, you know. It was funny. But we'll see, yeah. I just thought that's one of the more interesting things I have seen in this. I mean, I do, like I say, I don't trust news media, but I check in on Fox News once in a while to see what the angle they're going to be going at. But because some of them other networks, you don't even have to check in. You know what they're going at. You can, if you even see the title of some video that they did, you know where they're going with this. But, you know, to not be able to name him, that was weird. But, no, back to work. Oh, chicken, you feel safe now, huh? Well, I can't blame you. I can't blame you. Roosters torment you poor hens. You know, we'll thin some of them out. You hens, you're going to be around for a while. But them roosters, they're going in the pot pretty soon.